Hey, assistant coach, how are you guys doing? It's me, Johnny Sports, and welcome to the Sprint to Glory series in FIFA 17. We are starting off in Brazil, and assistant coaches, here are the rules on screen. Transfers can only be made from the same nation, same league, or free agents. Only buying players who are 24 or under in 2016. Every game has to be simulated and no financial takeover. And the main goal in this series is to take a team and make them the best in their country and on international level. So let's get this one started, boys. We are in Brazil, and let me tell you this, Cruzeiro is the team that I wanted to pick. They are not the best team in the Brazilian league, and they do not have too many talents, so I decided to go for them. They have 12 million in the transfer budget, and the club is worth 77 million. That is such a low amount. And take a look at all the players that we have in our squad. Now let me tell you, our attack is actually quite decent. We have 4 decent players in the attack. Center midfielders are terrible. Left back, right back, not too good. Center backs are just decent. And a goalkeeper, once again, is terrible. But assistant coaches, last year we managed to keep 3,000 likes. Over 3,000 likes on every single episode. And hopefully we can do that again this year. The Sprint to Glory series has been one of the favorites and one of the most requested series to come back in FIFA 17. So the only good players in our team are like, let's say 6 to 7 players maybe that we can actually use in a starting lineup. And we start off with a transfer budget of 12 million, which is actually not too bad. So with that transfer budget, I was looking for a couple of players who could straight away have an impact on my team. So I started off by taking a look at strikers that I could bring into my team, and I decided to do a straight swap for Ribamar and Lodera, who was already in our team, was higher rated than this guy. He was also quite young, but he didn't have any potential. So Ribamar joins into our team, and trust me guys, this guy turns into a beast. He starts off at a 68 rating, already a quite strong specimen, and he's 18 years old. 3-star weak foot, 3-star skills, and he will be playing in that striking position for our team until we find a better striker. Pedro Henrique, 2.8 million spent on this center back. He joins our team right now, 72 rated at the start of this career mode. One thing that I tend to do most of the time is to bring in the defenders at first and my striker, because those players have the biggest impact on the team. But I completely forgot in that first season to get rid of the 66 rated goalkeeper that I had in my team. But instead I went for Gerson from AS Roma, paid 1.7 million for this guy to join my team, and another center back to play alongside Pedro Henrique. Felipe Sampaio is the guy that I'm getting 2.1 million spent on him. And then I had one more player I needed. This is the biggest talent in this episode, guys. Let me tell you straight away. Mateus Pereira, 17 years old, had to spend 3.2 million on this guy to join my team. And one thing I can tell you right now is he exceeded his potential, and that was a big surprise to me, because so far on FIFA 17 none of the players I used exceeded their potential. He's 5'11" tall, 5-star skiller, pacey, great dribbler, nothing I need to say. This guy definitely needs to be in one of your career mode teams. Sampaio is a slow center back, but I still felt like alongside Pedro Henrique he would be the right choice, because he's 6'3" tall and he is a strong center back. Gerson was more thought of being like a backup for the players in the attacking positions. He can play right mid and center attacking midfield, so that was kind of fitting for this team. Moving on now into the next transfer. As you guys saw at the start of this episode, we had 2 terrible center midfielders, and Ismael is the guy to join into our team. 71 rated center midfielder, great physical stats actually, even though he is quite small, and his technical stats are not really the best, but that wasn't really my worry. I just wanted a higher rated player in my team, because on simulations it is very important to have high rated players in your squad, because that allows you to get a lot more victories. So in our first season we actually came in the 11th position, and the goal, the objective that I had this season was to not get relegated. So we basically did that, and in the Copa do Brasil I believe we didn't really make it too far. And in the Copa Latin America, we haven't really participated yet. So this is our team after the first season. Ribamar now 72 rated. He grew by +4 in the first season already. The same goes for Mateus Pereira, who's now playing on that right center attacking midfield position. Pedro Henrique already 76 rated, and Sampaio went up to 75. So these players have grown a lot in the first season. Now I was looking for a couple of new players to come into the team, and Rogelinias was the guy who is the highest rated player in my team, 77 rated, and I decided to get rid of him and bring in a player who has potential, and that was Rafinha. Rafinha joined my team and he was 76 rated, so it was a nice deal for my team, getting rid of the player with basically no potential and getting this guy into my squad who could definitely grow on to a decent rating. 5'9" tall, left midfielder, left-footed, high attacking work rate, 4-star skills. Everything you need to know right there. Bruno Paulista now was my next goal because I needed someone alongside Ismael to hold down that midfield and do some defensive work. 3.6 million spent on this guy. He plays for Sporting in Portugal. A lot of these talents are actually playing in Portugal, and Paulista is a really solid CDM. I would definitely recommend you guys check him out if you have like a Road to Glory career mode going. This guy could potentially be the perfect fit for your team if you're looking for someone who is strong, who will always be there to defend and work really hard in your team. Now that 66 rated goalkeeper's time just went off. He has to go. Gabriel joining my team now for 4.5 million. That was the highest amount I paid so far for any players in my team, and the goalkeeping position is very important, so I needed to fix that right now in season number 2. So Gabriel will be joining our team, 24 years old right now, and he is from AC Milan. Now moving on, in the second season we actually came in the 6th spot, and even though we were doing quite well, my manager rating was hovering around, like, let's say 60 to 65 all the time, so it was red all the time and I was so scared to get fired. But take a look at the players. Ribamar now is 76 rated. Mateus Pereira is 77 rated, and Rafinha 78 rated, and both of the center backs that we bought at the start are now 77 rated. So all the players that we are buying are players with decent potential. The only one that really has high potential in the team right now is Mateus Pereira, but that will change quite soon. Now I was looking for a right back for my team because I have been struggling to find anyone for that position, and Digao was the guy that I went for in the end. Paid 2 million for this guy. Doesn't really have high potential or anything, but I still needed to buy a right back because the one that I had so far wasn't good enough for this team because all the other positions had improved, and that was the only one I think which was below the rating of 70. Now Emerson, he is now the most expensive transfer of this team. Had to pay 5 million and give him 50k in wages for him to join Cruzeiro from AS Roma, but he was definitely worth it. If you take a look at his stats, he looks like a solid left back and pacey as well, so I needed that guy in my team to improve my defense and maybe next season to attack to win the league title. But sadly, we only came in the 2nd spot with 60 points. Internacional grabbed the title right ahead of us, just 1 point. We missed out on that title. Ribamar now 78 rated. Pereira is now on a 79 rating. Gerson now made it into the starting 11. Paulista and Ismael growing really nicely. Ismael actually surprising me that he actually grew to the 78 rating already. Sampaio stays at a 78, and Pedro Henrique now 79 rated. So everything was going well. My team was performing, and we slowly... Hold on. What is Rodolfo doing in the team, you might ask? The board bought him, and straight when I started off the next season, he was actually gone, so I couldn't really sell him on to make some money, and that was quite upsetting. But I went for Caio Henrique at the start of the next season because I really wanted to showcase to you guys this is a really good Road to Glory talent. I believe he starts off at 66 or 68, something like that. He came in from Atletico Madrid, and he's already 75 rated after 3 seasons in. Definitely, if you buy him into your squad, he will definitely definitely be higher rated if you train him up a bit faster in 3 seasons. Marlon Santos was the guy that I went for. He's a center back who can play in a CDM position, and I went for him because Bruno Paulista wanted to leave the team. He came in with a transfer request and I had to replace him to get someone to play alongside Ismael. So Santos was the guy, 77 rated player, and now the time has come for the pre-contract deals, guys. Victor Andrade and Gabriel and another one will hopefully be joining us at the start of next season, and this is one of the most important things for the players out there who are doing a road to glory type career mode. You definitely need to take a look at players who you think you would enjoy in the game and put them onto your short list, and every single year in January in that transfer window, take a look at how long their contract still goes on. And because of all the great transfers we have made so far through the 3 seasons, we are actually now in that first position. So for the first time after 3 seasons, we have picked up the title and we have also won the Copa Brasileira. I was really excited to see this because I wasn't expecting this at all. And in the Copa Latin America, let's see how we did in that one. We actually did win that one as well. So 4-3 in the finals against Tigres, and that was an amazing season. So we won all the trophies that were possible for our team to win, and I can tell you right now, that is the only time that I was able to do that, even though our team does strengthen up a lot in the future. Now guys, I was really happy with the performance of my team. Now a couple of players actually grew above the 80 rating, like Ribamar, Pereira and Sampaio in that center back position. And now, since we started season 4, it was time to bring in the new players into the squad, and those new players were Otavio, 83 rated, coming in from FC Porto. Definitely one of the players that you guys have to try out for yourself to see how good he is. 4-star skiller, 5'8" tall, amazing statistics on him. And Gabriel was more like the guy that I wanted to get into my team to have a proper backup for all the center attacking midfielders that I have in this formation. So Gabriel wasn't really thought to be a player for the starting 11, but this guy could have potentially made it into the squad, because I thought maybe if I get Andrade into the team, I could use him as a striker, because this guy can play in a striking position, and according to his stats, he has more potential than Ribamar in the striking position. But then it happened. Gabriel now joining our team. This, by the way, is just a pre-contract, so we are getting these players into our team for the next season. So Gabriel, Kennedy, and another great player, which you guys will see in just a second, will be joining us at the start of next season. All these 3 players will have a major impact on our team. Marquinhos, the highest rated player that I'm buying, is coming into the squad next season. I have to pay a shit ton of money for this guy though, 200k on wages, but I had to do it. Now though, there was an issue. Pedro Henrique, just the same thing that we had with Paulista. He wanted to leave the team, so I had to bring in someone for that center back position to hold on until Marquinhos joins into the team. So Samir joined into the squad. I offered Henrique, who was higher rated than Samir, and it worked out perfectly. We got him into our team before losing out on a lot of money. And in season number 4, we also came in first place. So the title, we have retained that one. But how did we do in the other competitions? Let's take a look at it. We actually did win the Copa Brasileira, so 2 trophies in this season, and then the All-Stars trophy, which was the preseason tournament. But sadly, in the final of the Copa Latin America, we lost against Lanús, and that was a big surprise because last season we had already won that trophy, and this season with even better players, we were not able to do so. So I was quite upset, and now Marquinhos, at the start of the next season, he joined our team as an 88 rated player. This is definitely the highest rated player in this sprint to glory, and he will grow to an 89, I believe. Marquinhos is just such a sick talent now for around 3 FIFAs already. He's one of those center backs or even right backs, because he can also play in that position, which I'm doing in this career mode. He's one of those guys who always had really high potential. And Kennedy, is joining my team as well as a left back. I actually wanted to use him as an offensive player, but then I decided, no, he's actually really high rated. Let's use him as a left back. Gabriel comes in as an 87 rated player. This was the poster boy of this series, apart from the Mateus Pereira that we bought at the start, because look at this, specialities filled up to the end and a couple of traits as well, and then we were getting closer to the end. So I was looking for the biggest and best Brazilian players who were below the age of 24 at the start of 2016, and here is another Mateus Pereira, so don't mix it up. This is the one from Sporting Lisbon or Sporting Portugal, and the other one is from Empoli. He's playing at Empoli, and he is the one that grows the most in my team. And Ederson was the next level in the goalkeeping position that I had to take in order to improve my team, and 200k on wages spent on Fred. So a couple of big names joining our team at the start of next season. I believe we are already in season 5 or 6, and now take a look at the league table. We actually struggled to take that league title, but take a look at the goals scored. 95 goals scored, 75 on the goal difference. You can see our team was attacking a lot, but in the cup we got smashed. 6-0 victory for Coritiba, and that just was mental. I never expected anything like that. Also, I believe in the Copa Latin America, we didn't do too well. It was Lanús again winning that title, and we lost in the semi-final. And now the 4 players that I needed to join my team on pre-contract are now joining us, guys, and all these guys are perfecting the team. So Gabriel in a striking position now, 87 rated, and now we are bringing in the big guns. So Samir is now going out of the team, and Fabinho joins in, 87 rated center defensive midfielder, and then Fred, 86 rated, and Mateus Pereira, 86 rated, the guy from Sporting. And this is definitely another one of those Pereira guys. 2 of these I now have in my team who are just so good, and he has a 4-star skill move on him, not as good as the other one who is a 5-star skiller, who is now in the starting lineup and actually grew to an 86 rating. So he started off at a 70 rating, and now he's 86 rated, and trust me, he will keep on growing. You'll see at the end of the next season. And now Fabinho and Fred are taking over that midfield. So with that, we have just strengthened up our team by a landslide. So these 2 will be doing some work in that position. And then of course we also bought in a new goalkeeper, 85 rated Ederson is now taking over that position. So our team is now looking incredibly strong. This is a side that could definitely compete in the Champions League. Sadly though, we are in Brazil, so we couldn't really use the Champions League tournament for this one. But Cruzeiro comes in the first place, and as you can see, we did score loads of goals. Our goal difference once again is the best in the league at 80 points. That is how many we have gotten in our last season. Yes, this is the last season, and in that one, we actually only won the title, which was quite surprising, and the preseason tournament, which no one really cares about, let's be honest. And in the Copa Latin America, we actually won the title. I completely forgot about that, and we won against Lanús in the semi-final, so that's a good thing. We got ourselves 3 trophies in that season. Now though, let's take a look at this team, guys. This time though, we are doing a proper squad report so that you guys can see all the stats of these players after 7 seasons. Ederson, 85 rated goalkeeper, now 29 years old. Marquinhos, the highest rated player in my team. Definitely, you guys know about him already. Felipe Sampaio actually grew to an 84 rating. Really slow center back, but still a very strong one. Great tackles on him. Marlon Santos came into our team, did really well in the CDM position, moved back to the center back position. Kennedy now is 85 rated as a left back. That is great. You need someone like that who can move forward and score goals for your team or get loads of assists. And then Fabinho and Fred took over the CDM position, and Mateus Pereira, the one from Sporting, grew to an 87 rating, and it actually says like he has like 87 or 86 potential, I believe. And this Mateus Pereira has 85 potential, I believe, and he actually grew to 88. I mean, his stats look insane. So both of those guys in the center attacking midfield position alongside Otavio, who also grew to an 87 rating. He exceeded his potential as well. And Gabriel in the striking position. This guy is just insane. I'm so looking forward to buy him in one of my career modes. But guys, the secret tip in this one is to try out Ribamar. This guy has 99 strength, 99 pace, and great finishing. So if you want an amazing striker who's strong, just overpowered, get yourself Ribamar in your Road to Glory career mode, and trust me, you will enjoy that guy a lot. All the players on the bench are also some amazing talents. Vito Andrade grew to 85, so he started off 80 in our team, and now he's 85 rated. Gabriel didn't really grow in all the seasons. Rafinha grew to a 79 rating. I believe he joined us at a 76. Samir always remained at a 77 rating, but that was something I knew. I just had to get rid of Pedro Enrique, who wanted to leave the team. And Ismael was quite surprisingly a really good center mid for our team. And Gabriel is the last one. Now, assistant coaches, let's take a look at how much these players are worth. We improved the club worth by a lot. We earned a lot of money through all the tournaments, and in the end, I gotta say, I enjoyed this one so much. It was good to be back with the Sprint to Glories. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this as well. If you did, smash that like button and let me know in the comments down below which country I should do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care and peace.